Hello, everybody. This is Noah and John, and we are from UrbanDigs, and it is Monday, so you're going to get your Brooklyn weekly market update. John, let's get right to it. I'm looking at Brooklyn supply, 2,562. Show me that chart.
Yeah, 2562 is the number of actively updated listings we have in Brooklyn, and that is up nearly 6% from the week before. And Noah, I'm just doing a quick look back to see when the last time we went up on a weekly basis of more than 5%. And you got to go back to just at the pandemic reopening. So it's been a while since we've seen a weekly jump of that magnitude, but it looks like supply is starting to hit in the Brooklyn markets.
Yeah, seasonality in full swing. Finally, the listing's coming back on. Thank you, Johnny. Let's move over to Brooklyn demand, 3,190 things in contract pending. Show me that chart.
Yeah, so we had a tick down last week, kind of tick back up this week. It's less than supply, which I think is the main takeaway from today. But again, it's still up in Brooklyn.
Right. So you got supply a little bit outpacing the pending sales. You get the market pulse correcting just a little bit. So that's normalizing. Let's take a look at the weeklies and see if there's any clues there, Johnny. I'm looking at the UrbanDigs market ticker, Brooklyn in 1 week, 314 things came on the market. That's up. Show me that chart.
It is up. That's a big jump from last week. It's almost 14% compared to last week. And that's really the first time we've seen Brooklyn supply cross the 300 line. I mean, you'd have to go back to September, October, really the peak listing period of the fall to see that. So in terms of the Brooklyn market, I think this is a very healthy sign that we're starting to see some listings come on. It's going to help relieve some of that pressure that buyers are feeling right now.
Yeah, exactly. And let's go to that pressure, that contract sign. It's all about the bids and those deals being signed. And when I look at that in Brooklyn, 224, that's a good number, Johnny, especially in Brooklyn. And it's up about 2.75%. Show me that chart.
Yeah, you're right, Noah. And this is I think, fourth week or so in a row we've seen with deals signed over 200 on a weekly basis. So Brooklyn continues to perform. And that's exactly why it's so helpful to have that supply come on, because the buyers have to have something to work with. So you put it on, then it gets signed into contract. So it's a good thing that they're coming on, because otherwise they can't be signed into contract.
Right, exactly. And if I look at the contract signed 224, and I look at the off market 67, I can finally see that number is below the 314. So when I look at the net new listings trends, I finally see that we're a little bit positive. Now, here's a different look at that chart. We're going to look at a monthly level, not at the weekly level, at the monthly level. And when I look at the visualization, again, similar to what we did in Manhattan on Friday, we are showing that positive net gain in supply for the first time in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. The last time that happened is September. And again, we know that April and September, those are our two main primary listing periods. So that's what's so confusing is this seasonality, because this is when it's supposed to happen, or I got all these macro things. I don't want to be blind to what's going on in the macro world. We've been talking about that. Is it going to be a one-off, or is it going to be something more like this, John?
Yeah, I think the question's still out. It's a great question. I think the answer to that question is still a few weeks away as we wait again for those contract signs to come on. So crazily enough, you can't get the answer without asking the question. So supply has come in asking the question, and contract signs, whether or not they come in, are going to answer that question. We just have to wait.
Exactly. And in the meantime, we can analyze some price trends, Johnny. So let's take a look at this next chart that you brought up for us. We're looking at this, and let me just try to simplify what we're looking at here. The blue line is going to be your 3-month moving average for median sales price in Brooklyn, median sale price, right? In thousands, priced in thousands. Your red line is going to be your 3-month moving average resale condo price per square foot. And as always, we like to take time at contract signing, right? And when I look at this, okay, I just want to point out, the red line is probably more what the condo market's doing, the individual unit condo market, right? And you think about that sector, we've reported on this, John, it's kind of mostly going sideways. If I just kind of draw a little box here and then draw a line of where we're at inside this box, I mean, you can see we haven't done much, right? As opposed to when I draw the line on median sales price, which of course includes townhouses, that now is showing that clear uptrend. So there is a disparity between the condo market and what's going on there, and then when you look at the market as a whole, including those townhouses.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I mean, look, both lines are certainly showing an improvement from the pandemic lows. I mean, that blue line's up roughly 30%, and that's on a, it's a moving average. It's your mileage may vary. Same thing with the price per square foot. But you're right that it looks like that price per square foot line kind of gets up to around 1,100 or so, and then backs off. So There's a
Yep.
question, and I guess the question out is similar to the one we just asked. I mean, are buyers willing to pay more than that in general? Are they willing to kind of break through that ceiling, or is this sort of, showing us, the limits of the market here? And again, remains to be seen.
Yeah, and if we're at the limits of the market, we should expect deal volume. Deal volume is that's where it's all at, right? It's all at the local level with the bids and the asks and where that spread is. And again, if the market were to be shifting, the deal volume is going to be the first, because what's going to happen is those bids are going to drop down and those sellers are going to refuse to hit those bids that are in real time dropping down. And that's what's going to happen. And that's why deal volume starts to pause. I'm not seeing any of it. Trust me, we will report on it if you do. So you don't have to worry about that there. John Walkup, thank you for pulling up all this data. I am Noah Rosenblatt. We are both from UrbanDigs. Don't forget, if you guys got questions, we got answers. Please just visit our forum down here. If you want any of the charts that John whipped up today, it's going to be right in the section over here. Other than that, this has been your Brooklyn Weekly Market Update. We'll catch you next time.